Hey everyone, Wanderbot here, and welcome back to another run of 20 minutes till dawn. What do I do? I know I've done 20 minutes till midnight a couple of times, and that's a goof, but whatever. We probably want cadence if I'm going to be messing with this. Burning, frozen, no. Let's go for the aftershock reload and this. And this one gets me the extra bullet damage and summon damage. I want to do a Lilith run. The ghosts do 8 damage. Yeah, let's do a Lilith shotgun run. Darkness 4, bosses have more HP. It should be fine. I'll see what happens. I definitely want to start pushing up the darkness rankings, as that's something I haven't done yet. I feel like today's... Well, today, I mean, pretty much... I was holding off on going up the darkness rankings. I had some really shitty comments mad at me for this. I know it's inevitable, but still. Alright, let's grab the dragon egg. We can survive with it. And getting it this early means we can potentially really farm up that bonus damage, which could get pretty nuts. But yeah, I was holding off on going up the darkness rankings until I'd won with every single, weapon and character at least once. Just to kind of say I could, because part of it is that kind of thing serves as a good backbone for my ability to tackle future runs. Whereas like Ascension levels, I don't really like them to begin with, because the problem is Ascension runs, they force you to play very specifically, is how I'd put it. But effectively, I guess the easier way to put it would be, in games like Slay the Spire and Monster Train and whatnot, games where I first started messing around with Ascension levels, what ends up happening with the Ascension levels is... definitely that. What ends up happening with the Ascension levels is some strategies and some builds just become not viable anymore. You can't play around as much. You really have to go for it, like, yeah, what is going to be the good... it was going to be the good combo. And if you can get that, you're in a good spot. And if you can't, you're kind of in trouble. Wow. This is going to be a buff dragon by the end of this. Oh, okay. Head on straight. Sorry, long day of pretty much playing nothing but Dragon's Dogma. Today's my day off, except for, you know, a little bit of last minute work that I just guess I gotta do. Anywho, I was gonna say, right, so you just can't play around as much, and there's nothing strictly wrong. Let's see, do we want to do... Yeah, let's grab Magic Lens, because it scales based on summon damage, and I'm gonna be pushing that. I don't think I want to rely on it too much here. At least at the moment, but it's still, I don't know, good to have? Question mark? Okay, anyway, so... I like being able to play around with my builds, make bad decisions and try and make it work. You know, what if I went with grenade with the splinter fire? I sure as heck ain't gonna win. I'm not gonna win. Let's do that. I don't actually know. Oh yeah, that it does just like a little +2. That's interesting. But I sure as heck am not going to succeed with a splinter fire grenade launcher on a higher difficulty. I might not be able to do it on a base difficulty, but at least I have more of a shot. Like I have more of a shot at doing it. It's possible, even if not probable. And so my issue often with higher ascension levels and difficulty levels is it just kind of pigeonholes you into one specific style and nothing else, and it feels kind of repetitive and boring. And so, like, I don't know. I kind of would rather just have an infinite playground rather than, you know, these Darkness Ascension levels and the judgment associated with not going up them. Because I find often what it ends up being is this kind of, like, a toxic trap? Not necessarily, like, always from an audience perspective, though, I mean, that contributes. Oops, there goes my shield. Whatever, I'll live. That worked out. But I find this is genuinely true of like a lot of games with difficulty. Let's see. Energetic friends? Absolutely. Alright. Let's see. Summons an additional spirit when enemies are killed. Rad. Also summon damage up by 20%. Pretty good. So, I had this problem with, like, some of the Souls games, where I'd hit a certain boss that was tough. And Dark Souls, like, baseline has the difficulty balance of calling for help. Let's see, do we want to do fresh clip? I mean, it does feel like this is a good, let's go for haste. We need that a little bit more at the moment. Especially because Dragon's out and about. And is going to be doing chunky damage for me. It looks like it fires exactly where I'm aiming, always. Yeah, okay. Yeah, so to some degree, I might just kind of rely on the dragon, because it does like 50 damage. I could try this with a grenade launcher at some point, it'd be kind of interesting. Namely, it would give me hella damage on the daggers, but I wouldn't have the murder ghosts. And I really like the murder ghosts. Do we want double shot? I like double shot. Vitality's not that helpful. Fresh clip is kind of good because it gets me up to kill clip. Oh, but that's not that helpful. Yeah, let's just start going for fusillade. Anywho. But so like for the Souls games, there's kind of a difficulty balance of like, well, you just summon help. Or you use a cheesy build, or you grind for a little bit, or something like that. But that there's kind of this stigma against it, and even if even if I wasn't recording it, and therefore, you know, the only person judging me is me, that's still kind of in the back of my mind of like, you know, if I can't beat this the way it's intended, you know, then, you know, why am I playing this? And so you get caught in this kind of mental loop of like, I have to just push on and beat it, one way or another. And what ends up happening for me is I end up stopping. I get frustrated and I quit. And so more often than not, this happens with Ascension levels. You might notice I don't think what the hell happened? Shit went ghosty real quick. And I'm not sure why. Do I want Tome of Elasticity? Bullet bounce is interesting, but not that helpful. Movement speed is okay, and that's mostly useless. I guess I'm gonna go Tome of Speed. I don't have to, but I might as well. And my skulls are on a rampage here. I love it. I guess everything that dies puts out 2 skulls that do, what, 15 damage? 13 damage. Yeah, makes sense. I wonder if you can lens boost a skull. If you can, I can't tell. It's hard to say. But anyway, so as far as Ascension levels go, you might notice, like, if you go back and check all my old videos, I've never actually reached the end of an Ascension level in any game. And that's... I don't know, do we want to do run and gun? Do we want to grab... I guess I'll grab heavy weaponry. It's not like it's really my goal here, since shotguns don't do that much damage. And I'm not planning on having that high a bullet damage comparatively, maybe. It's not a goal at the very least. But anyway, so Ascension levels, I just don't bother with them. I actually get quite frustrated. I hit kind of a comfortable point and then say like, well, not even a comfortable point. I hit an uncomfortable point and say, I'm no longer having fun and I'm going to stop. And so, you know, usually that's the point where I do. Because I recognize that it's much more valuable for me to have fun than it is for me to reach whatever kind of arbitrary top of the pyramid ladder, whatever it is. You know, if there's a ranking, you know, okay, fine, I'll get a good rank and then I'll stop. I remember when Roll was coming out, I got some YouTubers that were like, you know, I got like billions of points, you know, try and beat my score, and I'm like, nope. And I actually stopped playing, and I don't think it's really like a mark against them, so much as just like, I'm not a very competitive person. I like winning, more so because I hate losing. And so once it gets to the point where I'm courting with loss more, I pull out. It's no longer fun for me, so I just don't bother. And that's kind of universal. Let's see. We still don't want refraction. Let's go for take aim, see if I can actually up the range of my shotgun, because we are going to need that. Not that I'm trying too hard on the shotgun. I wonder if my, my daggers are actually getting the bonus damage from the dragon. I haven't checked that yet, if that's a thing. Anyway, so this is, I guess, just the entire point of this is my... It's not even an excuse, it's an explanation for why I'm not even gonna bother with the Ascension ranking after a certain point. You know, I'll hit whatever arbitrary stopping point, maybe reach the end and then say, I'm bored, and go back down to difficulty 1 because I want to play around again. I don't want to be constantly stuck in Frustration Town. If that makes sense. It's less helpful than I thought it was going to be. The problem is the micro bullets from Fanfire. Fanfire? Or whatever the... Oh, no, it is Fanfire. Doesn't have that good of range. But I guess it's enough. If I can get the one that specifically makes it so, enemies drop stuff when they die. That would also be good. I could go for Pyromage, but I kind of don't want to. Like I should. But I'm gonna go for the lens instead. I'll set enemies on fire. I just haven't picked any of, any, like, burning perks yet. Like I probably should. But, like, this is a summon build for a reason. And it feels weird to always go elements, even if, you know, it's actually really good and always worth it. That kind of goes hand in hand with me not wanting to go up the ascension levels, because I feel like after a certain point there are some perks that have to become necessary. Specifically, freezing and the percentage damage based on freezing. Let's see, we don't want recharge. I should grab Frost Mage at this point. And yeah, I could boost... or I could increase the lens further, but I don't know. I kind of like having it big at the moment. Later on, once I have to use the lens to survive, it makes a little bit more sense. What do I need for mini clip again? I should keep that in mind. Fanfire and fresh clip. Okay, right. That's what it was. Because, yeah, on the shotgun, mini clip always seems like it's genuinely a good idea. It'd be interesting to try and go for, like, a high-capacity shotgun at some point. But there's too many things that synergize based on reload, and so it feels odd not to. Now, I thought there was a perk that... Oh, it's got to be on a character. Oh, that's recharge. No, we don't want that. I guess we might as well grab Ice Shard earlier. Well, Fusillade certainly drastically increases my spread. I appreciate that. Let's see. Watch and learn. We do kind of want watch and learn. And excitement. But yeah, it's the spinny girl that gains increasing fire rate over time. I was trying to remember which upgrade path led to that the other night. I was just lying in bed thinking about this game. Which is... honestly, kind of a dark hole, and I want to avoid that. Let's see, do we go sniper? Absolutely. How much damage does the dragon do? Shit, man. That's a lot. Which means, yeah, I'm getting a bonus. Is that only, like, 10 damage? It's hard to tell. It's like 8 to 10 damage. Good time for me to go back and grab my EXP. But yeah, if there are more perks based on firing bullets, you know, sustain fire for long periods of time without reloading, I think that would change things a little bit, but as it stands, there's only one character that benefits from that, to my knowledge. And even then, it's like one singular perk and nothing else. I still kind of think there should be, like, branching weapon upgrade trees. Because I think that could actually result in some really wild things. We want Splinter. Like, Shatter would be good. But I find often I don't need Shatter. Oh, I actually lost my shield there. I don't know, there's just too many special effects. Too much stuff flying. There we go. Alright, what do we get? Summon attack damage, summon attack speed. Oh, that's beautiful. There we go. I could really use some pierce at some point in this. Doesn't have to be immediately, but it would go a long way. I also want to just grab backfire. Huh. Wait, I should try this spin girl with a shotgun. I've never tried that, and I'm really curious about what that even looks like. A giant mess, or it's really bad. And I have no idea. And it's fine. This is actually working really well. The bonus health on bosses really is kind of... like, it's interesting for the ascension levels, you know, I'm talking about not liking going up them. But so far, I've found the ascension levels in this haven't been too bad. You know, Slay the Spire, some of those ascension levels just become kind of a death sentence. Which is an issue. And I'm thinking like, you know, Monster Train and whatnot, where you get like dead weights that you just start with. And maybe you can't... no, I think you can get rid of them, but even then, like, starting with a dead weight is just kind of misery. And it's one of those where it's just like, I don't know. I guess if I stop enjoying it, it's not worth it anymore. Let's grab Split Fire just for a little bit of extra. There we go. Just kind of scoot. 6 minutes left. Interesting, I'm usually getting kind of surrounded by this point. I do know that there's been some amount of effort put into balancing out... oh, we need Reaper rounds. I just thought about that. Especially on a hefty shotgun round like this. Oh, though it doesn't really matter that much. We'll go Penetration. Assassin's pretty good. And then, yeah, if I get lucky, I'll go Mini Clip. And as good as the lens is, I guess I'm not, like, really focused on it. I'd rather just shoot for the largest mass, which I think is better. I still think there should be really, really rare modifications that show up. Maybe even they drop from enemies past, you know, every couple of minutes or something like that. That, like, change something. So one where the lens is, like, hard locked, like, actually locks to your gun, but works half as well. Damn. There's some big shots. Let's just scoot. I need to play some Nova Drift. Maybe I'll do that tonight. Start mixing that in. See if people will watch that again. I certainly hope so. If you're watching this video and I start putting out Nova Drift videos, please watch those. One of my frustrations with how YouTube works, there's Reaper rounds, is that, like, there are games that I might like, but they don't necessarily perform that hot. And it's just like, oh, I'd love to go back and play some more Ring of Pain, but no one watches those. And gotta, you know, I can only put out 3 videos a day. Well, do I put out something subpar just because I like it? And the answer is always just like, I don't know, big maybe? Sometimes yes, sometimes no. Sometimes when I'm in a really good spot I can afford to be willful. And sometimes not so much so. So we've got... no summon book. I feel like that's a crime. Anyway, we're gonna grab Tome of Power. On the plus side, we still do goofy amounts of damage, and there's mini clip. Oh boy, how much damage do my knives do now? 50. It's no grenade launcher, but considering how many of these shotgun blasts I'm firing, like that's banger good all the same. I gotta do this again with a diamond run. The one, especially with the, like, big bullets. It's like, look at this wave! And this isn't even, like, peak wave. I spec'd into summons a little bit. But I don't think I ever got the summon damage perk. I don't know if... it might have gone by, like, once. But there was something else that seemed better. So I don't know how much it matters. The one problem I do have with Lilith... I like to summon ghosts that cascade off of enemies. They're good. They just don't have quite the scaling on them that I wish they had. Oh, right. There's one more boss. Let's delete it out of existence. There we go. Okay, movement speed for a second when an enemy is killed. That's like the least interesting perk. Like, it's... I'm sure it's nice, but by the time you get it, like, here, what am I gonna do with it? I don't think that actually was worth it. Considering I'm not really using my lens. I'm mostly using just the wave blaster here. I've got a very tight spread on this shotgun, and it is mowing through things. Oh, there's Splinter. Perfect. Because here's the thing about Splinter. The little Splinter bullets get a flat damage bonus from the dragon. That's actually... it seems to be like an 18... it's like 18 damage, give or take. Which I guess makes sense. I've had it for 18 minutes. Give or take. Recharge, I guess we'll grab Shatter. And now we have just all sorts of on-death abilities. Okay. Let's see, do we want Assassin? I mean, yeah. We must have gotten the bonus summon damage, maybe? Maybe we didn't. I don't know. I don't think it really matters. Assassin is huge, especially with Reaper rounds. That effectively is giving me, like, mad pierce on each of these shots. At least while we're fighting the basic, just, you know, brain doodads. Whatever you want to call these guys. Let's see, do we grab running gun? Because recharge is actively bad. There we go. And I'm just gonna cook my way through these guys. We're in a good spot. I don't think we're gonna be a particularly high level, but I don't think that matters. Like, that is kind of the nice thing. You really don't need to care. There's Frostbite. Took it a while. Not that I'm particularly reliant on freezing. Did I even grab Pyro Bullets? Does it even matter? Does anything matter? Wave of Death matters. And it works. Let's just kind of scoot through this group. Too much enemy fire on the other side. Okay, minute and a half left and then we're golden. Let's just scoot. Let's see, what do we grab? Summon Mastery. You know, honestly, a little too late. Not really that good. I don't know, I guess I'll grab Blazing Speed. Why? Because... I don't know. I miss the rerolls. I think we might honestly have to start giving Shauna some runs. Like, the interesting thing is, Shauna, I originally just kind of was super disinterested in Shauna, but that 40% EXP boost is huge. And then the triple upgrade has some wild potential. Wow, we must have... We're hella boosting these ghost shots. Let's see. Divine Blessing is solid. Makes me even faster, which is not so great. Okay, 34 seconds. I mean, I don't think anything can touch me at this point. We were borderline unstoppable from the get-go. And now we're extra unstoppable. Okay. I mean, we're getting up into the 40s. That isn't so bad. I was worried that we weren't going to even get that far. But, all in all, a decent run. Alright, I always forget. Into the Wind is actually like a huge damage bonus. As long as you're not getting hit much, which is pretty much every single time unless you're... Oh, gotta catch them all. Yeah, actually, that was a fine run. Fine level. Fine everything. Nice and comfy. Alright. Well, I guess with that, I could say more. I could even do another run, but I feel like it would take away from the absolute wave of death. Wow, I've actually gotten 4 wins with... Oh, no, that just tells you what darkness ranking you've won on. I was like, I have not won 4 times with Lilith. I know that much. But yeah, I think we'll mess around with Diamond and Shauna a little bit more. Scarlet. A Scarlet Flamethrower run. Have we even done one of those yet? No, we definitely did. I think we might want to do that next before we dive into just being totally generic. And then at some point I should do that Hina Grenade Launcher, hyper boosted Shadow. Just because. But for now at least, I guess I'm going to be stopping here. So thank you all so much for watching. I'll see you next time.